Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you an in-depth tour of my bookshelves. I recently reorganized them, which you would have seen during last video, and I thought that I would show you an in-depth tour of it because, well, I have a lot of books as I have figured out. I am happy with my shelves right now. It took me a while but I am happy with them, and I thought I would do another in-depth tour because I can't remember the last time I did a bookshelf tour. I think it's been a while. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling and let's just go right into it. Okay, so first off we have these big shelves. This is what I call my romance shelf, just because, well, this is where I keep my romances. So on the first shelf on the left we have some books. Now, I have some books at the back, which obviously I can't show you too well, but I do have books at the back. But then on the front, the ones that I wanted to show off, we have Taylor Jenkins Reid and Emily Henry books. Then we also have all of my Ali Hazelwood books with some like miscellaneous ones which I didn't really have a place for. And then on the shelf below that we have my Lauren Asher books, along with Penelope Douglas books, Marion Zapata books, and then Stephanie Perry with a miscellaneous one. And then again I have books at the back, which again I can't really show you properly, but that is where I keep the books that I do love, I do want to keep, but like I don't want to display type thing. Then on the bottom shelf here, this shelf I didn't really touch, actually. Yeah, not really. I didn't really change anything on it just because I really like the shelf. It's one of my favorites. And again, I do have one book at the back right there, but we have, I can't remember what the series is called, but it's a Mafia series. We have all of my large paperbacks along with this series, the Salacious Plays series up here, and then the Off Balance series. Basically all of my favorite series. And then down here again we have books at the back which I can't show you, but it's like half full. And then we have Anna Huang books, Liz Tomford book, Viola Sage books, and then Archer's Voice, which is Miss Shida. And then we also have the Stephanie Perry series. Now you're probably thinking, why isn't this book with them? It didn't go. I was trying to do more like aesthetic. And then obviously we have my special edition of Balance, which I wanted to try and put obviously with the Off Balance series, but it just didn't work out, so I kept it underneath. It's close enough. Now on this shelf, it's never been like for books. We have my iPod player and then my friend's Lego. But then down here I again can't really show you the best, but it is stacked with books from like right at the back to all the way, like stacked to the brim. If I'm going to be able to show you correctly, but I'm sure you can get the image. And while I'm down here on the floor we have my Christina Lauren books with my special edition of Little Women. And then I think there's books at the back. Yeah, there's a few books at the back. And then this shelf again is kind of miscellaneous. We have this series, I can't remember what it's called, from Katharina Marie. Then some special editions on there. Then we have my QB Tyler shelf, one of my favourite authors, so I just had to have a shelf for QB Tyler, obviously. This is all the books that I own from QB Tyler currently, or should I say for now, because, well, I plan on getting more. And then here we have kind of like a dark romance shelf. So we have this series, what's this series called? Sin of Saints series. Then we have the Flock series, I think that's what it's called. I think it might actually have another name. Sicko, Insatiable, Voracious, and Resistation. This is a series I haven't read yet, but I'm looking forward to. My Darling Arrow, which isn't a dark romance, but it was the best place for it, and I don't know, I feel like it just fit nicely. Love this book. And then we do have a dark romance, Lights Out, which fit there perfectly. Then I have a shelf for the Never After series, because again this just fit perfect. These are like the small shelves, and I normally try and like do display type thing. So we have the series, but then we also have the special edition of Hooked that I own. And then up here we have, well, my After series, which I haven't changed. This has been up there for a while. I didn't feel the need to change it. Then up here we have my Elle Kennedy books. So we have the Off Campus and the Briar U series, both editions that I own. And then we also have this series. I can't remember what it's called, and I'm not sure if it tells me. Yeah, I can't remember, but we have that. And then we also have Body Check, and then we have Ella Bay's books with the one Elsie Silver book that I couldn't fit on my Elsie Silver shelf. So we have the Fairy Loot editions of Chestnut Spring series. Then we have 4 of the mirror covers. I need to find Flawless. It's bothering me that I can't find it anywhere. Then we have the people covers of Chestnut Spring series. Then the now covers, like the plain covers. Mine's blanking on what the series is called, but then we also have this series from Elsie Silver as well. I do need to get wild card because it's bothering me that that is not complete. Then we have one of my dark romance shelves. So this is where I keep both of my copies of Gothicana, the Maid series, Still Beaten and Lotus by Jennifer Hartman. Absolutely love this series, highly recommend. Then we have, what's this series called? I can't remember. But the series from Rena Kent, Haunting and Hunting Adeline, obviously. Does It Hurt? The Truth About Heartbreak, The Truth About Us, and The Truth About Tomorrow by B. Celeste. Then we have Praise, Sinner and Saint by Sierra Simone. And then we also have, forgot what the series is called, but Lessons in Corruption, Welcome to the Dark Side, Good Gone Bad, After the Fall, Inked in Lies, Dead Man Walking. I've read all of these, I just haven't read the last two, which I'm hoping to get read soon. Then we have yet another dark romance shelf. Are we surprised? Probably not. Oh, by the way, up here we do have some books behind there, which aren't dark romance, but you don't see them, so it don't matter. But we have the Mind F series, Anastasia, There Are No Saints, There Are No Devil, and then this series by Sophie Lark, along with the Brutal Birthright series by Sophie Lark also. Then we have the Devil Knight series, which I need to continue because I really enjoyed the first book. And then we have Hawk and Leave Me Behind. I'm not sure if Leave Me Behind is dark romance because I haven't read it yet. It's just given dark romance vibes, so I have left it there. And then down here, this is the shelf that I'm not really happy with, but there's no other way of me sorting it or organising it or anything like that. So as you can tell, we do have books behind. They are like miscellaneous books that don't really have like a place per se. But then there's also my Colleen Hoover collection, which used to be on the top shelf up there, but I'm not a Colleen Hoover fan anymore. Like, they were books that got me into reading, but not books I would like to display. I also don't want to get rid of them. I don't know why, I seem to have like some type of attachment to them, but I think that's more because I have every single Colleen Hoover book. But anyway, so I have put them in the back. But then we have Heartstopper. Then we also have Something in the Way. Now this is 4 books in one. I thought I was getting all 4 books, but I didn't. But anyway, would highly recommend that series. And then we have 1% of You, Love. Again, this is kind of like a miscellaneous shelf, books that didn't really have a place. Then we have Come With Me and Here With Me by Brooke Montgomery. Absolutely love this series. I need to get the rest of this series. I'm thinking about asking for it for Christmas, so hopefully, fingers crossed, I can get the rest of that soon. Then Darling Venom. Love this book so much, 5 stars. And then Consider Me, Play With Me, and Unravel Me. Ghosted, also love, although it did take me a while to read. Lilac, haven't read that one yet. Medicine Man, the mixtape, Dear Enemy, Make It Sweet by Kristen Callahan. Alive for a Lie by Helena Hunting. I actually need to continue on with that series, that reminds me. And then Bad Teacher, Without You, Burn, Sweet Dandelion, A Touch of Darkness. And then we also have special editions of Fan Service and Any Trip But You. Absolutely love this edition. And then again, for the bottom shelf, we also have random books that again didn't have a place. Like, back there is stacked. Again, I can't really show you that properly, but it is stacked to the brim of books. But then the ones at the front are the ones that I kind of wanted to display. So we have all of my Vikaland and Penelope Ward books, and then we also have My Roommate is a Vampire and My Roommate Plus One, because I absolutely love those books. Then we have Parker St. Huntington and LJ Shen, My Dark Romeo and My Dark Side down here. And you're probably thinking, why didn't you put them with the authors? It just didn't fit. Quite frankly. Then we have Hannah Grace, so Icebreaker, Wildfire and Daydream, along with Stephanie Archer, which I haven't put my other Stephanie Archer books with this series because I haven't read them yet, so I don't know if I love them or not, but I wanted to display these ones because I love these books. So we have Behind the Net, The Fake Out and The Wingman. Then we have Laura Gilmore books, my Abby Jimenez books with some special editions, and then my other Heartstopper book here, which is the Yearbook, which I thought went nicely in the end here. Then we move on to my mystery / fantasy shelf. So these first 2 shelves here are mysteries / thrillers. So we have my Frida McFadden collection here, my prized possessions. Then we also have Alice Hunter and Lisa Jewell collection with some other books there. Then we also have Look Both Ways, The Pact, The Fake Wife, The Guest, The Ex-Girlfriend, which was one of my first thrillers to read. Then we have The It Girl, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, so basically Holly Jackson books. And then we also have Jennifer Lindbaum books here with some extra ones. Then we move on to my fantasy shelves, which I have 4 of, which is shocking because fantasy is not my genre, but they are double stacked as well, so we can laugh about that. Then we have Sarah J Maas shelf, well, at the front, but then we do also have books at the back, which didn't really have a place. Then we have, well, my 4th Ring collection. God, I love my 4th Ring collection. And then we also have Once Upon a Broken Heart, The Ballad of Never After, and The Curse and True Love with Quicksilver. And then we have some hardcovers in the back, along with some paperbacks as well. And then down here we have the Shatter Me series, Divine Rivals, and Ruthless Vows, the first book of the Zodiac Academy series. Then we have The Serpent of the Wings of Night, and The Ashes on the Star-Cursed King, Lightlark, and then Powerless, Powerful, Reckless. I need to get the last 2 books in the series. And then we have One Dark Window, 2 Twin Crowns. And then on the last shelf we have the Immortal Instruments series, the Infernal Devices series, the Cool Prince series, and then also Filthy Rich Vampire series. Now there are books at the back on both of these shelves. Like back here is my Twilight series, and then I know there's books back here, but I'm not sure what ones. So that is that shelf. And then up here we have some random series. So we have the Addicted series, my 2 wrapped books of Magnolia Parks and Daisy Hates, and then we also have Boys Atomic series, which I need to get to very soon. So that is the end of my bookshelf tour. I really hope you enjoyed seeing all the books that I have. I don't know how many I own anymore, because I do also have some books downstairs. I do need to do a recount, but now it's going to be hard with me having books at the back. It's probably very close to 1,000, if not already 1,000. Last time I checked, it was very close. So I could possibly have a library. I don't know. But that is it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe and leave this emoji for watching to the end. And I hope to see you on my next one. Bye!